Sophisticated, glamorous, but that's enough about me. Why don't you come along and visit the Christmas Tree Festival at York Minster? I've included some bonus footage at the end of this video. It'll give you a flavour of what the city of York looks like at Christmas time, and also an inside look at the most spectacular Christmas shop. As you can see, York Minster is a light, bright and airy cathedral. I love the way it had these absolutely huge wreaths attached to the pillars. And check out this eye-catching pedestal arrangement in white. But can you see the gap? Someone's either forgotten to put something there, or perhaps that lily has fallen out of place. Now what do you think about this for an Advent crown? Suspended high from the ceiling in front of the screen to the choir area of the cathedral is this massive Advent wreath. It must be 3 or 4 metres across, which is a little bit tricky to photograph. But while we're here, it's always good to look up in the cathedral just to see how beautiful your surroundings are. We spotted a pair of huge trees by the main entrance, and then this prayer tree on one of the side aisles, but could not spot another Christmas tree anywhere. I was wondering whether I got my dates mixed up, and there wasn't actually a Christmas tree festival here at all. We admired the crib scene. Check out the flowers behind, a Dutch hedge style arrangement with whites, the lilies waiting to burst out into flower, carnations, white delphiniums, and plenty of greenery, presumably from one of the committee's gardens. And in the choir, another pair of huge Christmas trees mirroring the ones at the front entrance. And can you see the pair of flower arrangements either side of the altar? Let's take a closer look. Russets, reds and oranges, picking up on the colours of the carpet and the decorations in this part of the Minster. A high pedestal and a low pedestal matched by a similar combination on the other side of the altar. Gold spray painted seed pods, oriental lilies, some part open, some waiting to open, amaryllis, a two-toned rose, red carnations, and a spathe, spray painted gold too. Oh, I can see lotus seed heads, the green rosette of the choisia, variegated foliage, a really beautiful arrangement. It looked like it just walked out of the pages of the Flower Ranger magazine. And we walked through the choir out to the other side aisle and came across the Christmas Tree Festival. 70 trees, all fresh pine trees, decorated with sophisticated white lights. The first section were all trees that had been designed by local primary schools. So many lovely crafting ideas. You can imagine the children will have been very busy on the run-up to Christmas. I love these concertina folded angels and the bright star at the top, just reflecting the detail in the stained glass windows. The Florist school that decorated this tree took their theme of the woodland to heart, with lovely autumn colours and some handmade Christmas trees twinkling away in the light. I must admit that from a distance all the trees look the same height, the same outline, the same white lights, and you had to get really close to appreciate the individual decorations. This one also has got a woodland theme, slices of wood put together to create little snowman features, twigs woven into stars and Christmas baubles. I think all the decorations actually were made from willow. The school had to fell a tree and they gave it a new lease of life by using slices of log and twigs to create their decorations. Such a lovely idea.
Do you think they were told they couldn't have bright lights? Actually, a white.
And from a woodland theme to the theatre. This is one school's depiction of the Nutcracker. The next tree was decorated by a school that used its emblem to create some bell-shaped ornaments. That brings me in mind to the tree I saw decorated at Tunstall Church back home in Kent. And if you haven't already watched that video, I'll leave a link to it in the description under this one. My eye was also taken by that origami star. And again, I've got a DIY video if you'd like to make your own star decoration. Let's sail across the ocean and have a look at the next Christmas tree with its boat theme, some origami boats and some little details where the boats were made out of corks with a tiny sail presumably made from a cocktail stick and a sheet of paper from an old book. And if air drying clay is your craft medium of choice, check out the doves here. A beautifully simple tree with messages of serenity and empathy on the doves of peace, each hung up with either a white ribbon or a blue ribbon. This next tree put me in mind of the tea towels that my daughter's primary school used to produce at Christmas time, with each of the pupils drawing a self-portrait. And from the black and white tree here, let's move on to something a little more colourful. Again, log slices used here and painted to create Christmas baubles. And then another paper crafted Christmas tree. I think these are the ones I like the best. Can you spot the kings, the angels, the shepherds and the sheep? Ah, the angels are so sweet, made out of fairy cake paper cases. Do you remember visiting the flower festival at St Margaret's at Cliff, just outside Dover? They'd used Christmas-themed fairy cake cases to make their angels. And a sheep there, high up in the tree, and the golden crowns of the kings. There's a riot of colour here with this tree. It looks like it's ready for a Christmas party. And then this tree took my eye with its very distinctive red name labels. They look like ribbons fluttering on the breeze, each one accompanying a clear Christmas decoration which had been decorated inside. I loved the way the clear glass balls really reflected the light. And on the next tree, I spotted some Christmas stars made out of drinking straws. Did you see the video I posted showing you how to make 4 lots of Christmas stars? I must admit, the ones with the straws gave me a little bit of difficulty. So well done to the children that decorated this tree. You have mastered your craft beautifully. Oh, look at that. What a great door wreath fashioned out of paper. And a lovely bright star at the top of the Christmas tree. And there were more paper crafting ideas on the other side of the aisle. Look at this lovely snowflake. I wonder whether just the centre had fallen apart there. Looked like it needed another staple. And the daisy-shaped stars there, I think they're probably made out of slices of toilet roll. So many lovely ideas, including these Christmas baubles made out of tin lids and then decorated with scenes inside. And of course it wouldn't be a Christmas tree festival without a tree with knitted ornaments, Christmas stockings, snowmen, angels, and of course Father Christmas. There were more trees behind the back of the choir, this one decorated in greens, with Christmas trees made out of the fairy cake paper cases. Little googly eyes attached. Lots of fun to look at. This part of the Christmas Tree Festival was dedicated to local charities. So lots of them had very thoughtful messages for the time of year. My eye was particularly drawn to this one with his origami stars. I've just recently learnt how to make those. I'll leave a link to that video in the description underneath this one. It's the same video where I made the stars using drinking straws. As we sweep across the front of the altar, another beautiful flower arrangement in that Dutch hedge style. What can you spot? The classic carnation and the tiny red ranunculus. I can see laurel, just given a glitz of gold spray paint, spotted laurel, eucalyptus, and is that cotoneaster at the back? The little tiny dots of gold, the beautiful open lilies, touch of variegated foliage, a real classic flower arrangement which has been beautifully executed. Let's take a closer look at those ranunculus, see whether I can get them in focus. Now this was a spectacular tree, the one on the right, put together by the York Neighbours Association. I think it's sort of a helping hands kind of thing, and on the scroll underneath the tree they depicted their own 12 days of Christmas, all about doing handy jobs for neighbours. There's a pair of curtains, presumably to do with washing windows, a felt car, presumably giving lift to hospital appointments. I even spotted ladders going up the tree, handy for all those maintenance jobs. And instead of having a star at the top of the tree, there was a cluster of light bulbs, and who doesn't need help when they're changing their light bulbs? And here it is, you know the tune, so why not sing along? 12 volunteers driving, 11 DIYers drilling, 10 boxes recycling, 9 neighbours outings, 8 curtains hanging, and on it goes. These are the last few trees in the Christmas Tree Festival, with very poignant messages for the festive period. Hunger should not exist. Homes for the vulnerable. It's so easy to forget that not everybody is as fortunate as ourselves at Christmas time. Anyone who's ever struggled with poverty knows how extremely expensive it is to be poor. Make sure you watch on to the end of the video. I'll take you around the streets of York at night time, including a visit to a very special Christmas shop. Well, that's all from me for now, and I'll just wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Kandila ang pampainit.